Hey y'all, it's Kristen, and I have two more junk journals to share. These are not Christmas journals, they're just vintage journals. One of them is a clasp envelope journal, and this one is a hardback book. I'm going to start with this one. I did the leather look like Paula showed us how to do, and there is lace on the spine, and just a seam binding closure with eyelets. Whoops, I'm sorry. Jeez. I've got my phone plugged in and I just snatched on the cord. Okay, on the inside I have some cardstock and I Martha Stewart punched the edge, and then I have some lace on the spine as well. This has some of my vintage ephemera in it. There may be, it's been a hot minute since I did this. Yeah, there are a few tuck spots. I didn't just clip things in. So, but this is mostly a writing journal. And that's pattern paper. This is a vintage, like a little planner from 1951. It shows a payday. Anyway, I thought that was kind of neat. It is 51. Yeah, I don't have my glasses on, so. But it is 1951. Some coffee dyed paper. This is a tuck spot. I've got a vintage receipt and just a tag. And that also flips open. And I did the lines like Paula showed us how to do. Some tracing paper. Some dictionary page. This is another tuck spot, and I've got some vintage stamps that are already glued down on that. And then just a journal card out of some pattern paper. Some packing paper. This is a belly band with some book page and pattern paper. And then I just have this tag with some lace at the top. Children's writing paper. Little pocket here, a tuck spot. Another tag with some lace at the top. This is a vintage flashcard and a journaling card. I think most of the pattern paper in here, well, some of it anyways, from the Mariposa stack from DCWV. And then this paper right here is a thinner pattern paper, and I can't remember. I think it's the Lost and Found by My Mind's Eye. This is a large pocket with some lace right there, and then I have this card, and I think I got this at Tuesday morning, but I just thought it was really pretty. Then I have a vintage bingo type card, I think, and a vintage advertisement. I'm gonna do this like this. And then I've got another tuck spot with a vintage flash card, a small one. And this children's playing card that I think is maybe in French. It's vintage. And then this I think is Tsunami Rose. Or it might be Nicole B. Now that I'm thinking about it. I'm not absolutely sure. And then this is something vintage that I'm not real sure what it is, but I'll let you look. This flips way out. This is a vintage book page. I thought it was pretty. on this side, is that this? Yeah. On this side we have a vintage vocabulary card and some ledger paper. And then that's the back. I've got some trim on there, punched, and then the lace again. And the pocket is sealed up. Alright, well that's that one. And I'm not going to try to fold that up right now. Okay, then we have this one. This was made using a Reader's Digest, so it measures approximately 5 by 7. There's lace on the spine. The back is just like that. This image on the front is from Cameo Shop. And I left the pages, the front pages in because I liked the image. And then I've got a doily right there. And then I reinforced the spine. Coffee dyed paper. And this is some pattern paper. And this paper under here, I believe, is Kool-Aid dyed. It might be Easter egg, but I think it's Kool-Aid dyed. Some pattern paper, children's writing paper. This is a vintage bingo card. Tracing paper. And this, I'm not sure, it's a vintage something. Some kind of information card or something. This is a vintage some kind of card. Is that where that was? I hope so. And this is a vintage book page, Pride and Prejudice. I feel like I'm talking very softly. It's kind of late at night, so I'm sorry if I'm doing that. And there are 3 signatures in here. Some of the pages are kind of ripped, you know, kind of torn, just to give it that old look. This is a vintage greeting card, and it was signed, but it's very faint. Whoops. I'm glad I didn't tear that. This is some kind of vintage religious thing about Jesus. I'm not really sure, but and this is a vintage postmarked 1969 with the stamp, and there is a letter inside, also dated 1969. They have a crest, so I'm assuming these people had some money, maybe, but it's a letter, and it's signed. This is some vintage map page. My hands will not work. It's an old flashcard. A vintage playing card. I love those. I like how that turned out. It's a vintage receipt. and an old book page. Alright, that's it. This will be listed, both of these will be listed in my Etsy. The links will be down in the description box, and thank you so much for watching.